Real quick before the video starts, I have a new channel based around green text stories on 4chan, and I'll be uploading videos daily over there. If you're interested, I'll leave a link to the channel in the description. Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm Michael, and we're going to be getting right back into some more Reddit stories. If you enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Now, without further ado, let's begin. This story was posted by a user named Few Jellyfish in the AITA subreddit. The post is titled, "I dumped my boyfriend because he refused to hand me a period pad and tissues when I had diarrhea. I am a 20-year-old woman. I was at the gym. Even though I was on my period, I pushed through enough to get sweaty and stinky. My then boyfriend, who was 23 and is now my ex, sometimes came extra early to pick me up because he liked to watch me work out. He was sitting in a chair and my bag was on the chair next to him. My tummy had been feeling funny for an hour, but I thought it was just because of my period. I suddenly had an urge, so I went to the women's bathroom. I got into a stall without looking and found myself in a nightmare. I had to poop in a public stall and there were no tissues. The fact that I was on my period made the situation even worse. I thought I was lucky to have my phone. I did not want to text my boyfriend about this because I wanted to keep up a sexy image for him, but this seemed like the least embarrassing way. The text exchanges now feel like a weird negotiation. I told him the situation and asked if he saw pads and tissues in my bag. He told me there were pads but no tissues, but there were napkins. I asked him to come to the bathroom to hand me my bag, and he said he would not go into the women's bathroom because that would be creepy. I asked him to go to the bathroom door and hand my bag to the next woman who came in. He said he would not stand outside a women's bathroom and try to talk to a woman entering like a creep. He gave a similar answer when I asked him to give my bag to a woman in the main gym area. I waited until 3 women walked in. I did not want to ask, but I had to get out of there sometime. A stranger gave me pads and tissues. When I got home, I broke up with him via video chat. I did not even want to be in the same room with him ever again. He was begging to the point of tears, but I ignored it. My best friend, who is 19, said I was too harsh. She said there was no non-embarrassing way for me to get out of that situation and that some guys get the ick because of periods. 1.5 months later, OP gave us an update, a short and positive update. I found a new boyfriend who is currently taking care of me while I am on my period. My new boyfriend does not have such a low and paranoid view of women that he thinks a woman would call him a creep for doing normal things. I am so lucky, Top Detective said, so he is not worried about looking like a creep while sitting on a chair literally watching his girlfriend work out, but walking into the bathroom with a purse is creepy. At that point, it is not sexy for him anymore. Guys like that are superficial and do not want anything too intimate or real in a relationship. Not a Masterpiece said, I once started my period at work and bled through my pants. I work with all women, so I was not embarrassed about that, but obviously I could not sit there in stained pants. So I called my boyfriend. He arrived so quickly you would have thought he was already in the parking lot with everything I needed waiting for my call. The second story was made in the same subreddit by a user named NoltMage. The post is titled, "I shut down my wife's party favor idea." For some context, the story begins last year at our 7-year-old son's birthday party. I am a 32-year-old man and my wife, also 32, held the party at our home. We decided to leave most of the planning to my wife as she loves event planning and wanted to take charge. I had no reason to doubt any of her plans since she had done a great job with past parties. I took care of invitations, food orders, and anything else she needed me to do. To her credit, she did a wonderful job with the party itself. Everything ran smoothly and the kids had a great time. That is, until she brought out the party favors, which she had kept a secret from me. The favors came out when our friend had to leave with her daughter right after the cake. Before she could go, my wife went into the back room and came out with a bag and the biggest smile on her face. What was inside the bag, you ask? A small tetrafish from the pet store to be given as a party favor. My friend was shocked. Her daughter's face lit up with excitement at the sight of her new pet. "Mommy, I have always wanted a fish." My friend was speechless, only glaring at me. She declined the fish, leaving the party while her daughter clung to her, throwing a tantrum over not being allowed to keep her new pet. Naturally, the chaos caused a scene as all the children now knew about the fish. Every single parent in the room was unhappy, glaring, muttering, the whole works. What are we going to tell our kids? Great, now I have to get a fish tank. Most parents obliged and reluctantly accepted the fish. We had to take home a few fish that were turned down, meaning we also had to buy a tank. My wife could not understand why anyone would refuse a wonderful 50-cent fish she picked up that morning from the pet store. Fast forward to now, 1 year later. It is a month away from my son's 8th birthday party, and my wife has brought up the topic of party favors again. She exclaimed that we should hand out fish again. The kids loved it. It was a hit last year. I do not want to go through this again. Several of my friends who were at the party last year complained about having to care for the fish and being put in a situation where they felt pressured to accept the gift to avoid upsetting their child. They said they had never received such a ridiculous party favor and would not attend if this happened again. Not to mention, it seems unfair to the fish, who now have owners who do not want them. My wife dismisses these concerns, saying that the parents are being selfish for not thinking about what makes the kids happy. She apparently did not notice any adults upset at the party and only focused on the kids' feelings. She is calling me controlling, saying she does not want to plan the party if she cannot have things her way. All her small group of church friends agree with her. I do not want to upset my friends by putting them in that situation again, but I also do not want to hurt my wife's feelings since planning these events truly brings her joy. So, Reddit, am I the asshole for telling my wife not to buy party favor fish? Update. It has been nearly a month since I posted about the party favor situation between my wife and me. My son had his birthday yesterday, and I wanted to share an update on how everything turned out. I took your advice and decided to just talk to her. I used many of your points from the comments to reason with her, especially those about animal welfare. My wife kept insisting that I was being controlling and eventually just shut down, giving me the silent treatment. For those who asked if this has happened before, yes, not the party situation exactly, but the I am going to make a selfish decision, and if you push back, you are controlling behavior has come up. She has backed out of multiple parties and events at the last minute because she did not feel like going and accused me of abandoning her when I still wanted to go. Insisted I stop playing guitar because she found it annoying. Attended a wedding in a swimsuit because she was told there would be a pool, then spent the whole reception at the pool saying they are your friends. I do not really care about celebrating them. Pushed back on my insistence to find a new school for our son, even though he was being bullied, because she did not want to cause a scene. I was fed up and refused to give in. I cannot let my son go through this, and I do not want him to lose friends because of my wife's selfishness. After literally following her around the house trying to get her to talk to me, she finally said, "Fine, if you want it your way, you can plan this party yourself." So I did. I planned the party myself. It was not anything special, but I am actually kind of proud. It was Jurassic Park themed. My son and I just watched all the movies together and he loves them and is excited for the new one. I themed each table around different dinosaurs and put little plastic dinosaurs everywhere. For the party favors, I gave out little bags of candy. Nothing amazing, but the kids were happy and my son was thrilled. And no fish were harmed in the making of this party. After the party, my wife kept telling me how lame everything was, that the party was boring and the kids were not literally jumping up and down for my candy party favors like they did for hers. Frankly, I do not care. Sure, the kids did not have a brand new pet to bring home, but at least my party favors did not upset all our friends or doom my son to a life of friendlessness. Honestly, I do not know how things are going to go with my wife and me. I am reaching my limit with her behavior. I have tried insisting on marriage counseling, but she refused unless it was done by the pastor at our church. We attended, and it was a whole session of the pastor telling me I am not a good enough man to take care of my wife. About how I am turning away from God and ruining our marriage. Needless to say, we have not gone back, and ever since, my wife loves to use that session against me in arguments. I loved her, but I am finding it harder each day to stay in love. I hate the idea of my son thinking this is a happy marriage or a healthy way to live. Divorce scares me, but I do not know if I can keep living like this. In the end, thank you for helping me realize that there is a lot going wrong in my marriage, far beyond a party favor crisis. I have a lot to think about, but for now, I am going to finish watching Jurassic World with my son, who is curled up in my lap. By the way, 2 of the 3 fish we had to take home last year are still going strong. They have grown on me, but I am never getting another fish. Pride Before the Fall said, "This is so sad. OP would be better off as a single dad than in this relationship. I can already tell that he and his son would be much happier without this woman's unreasonable behavior. It sounds like they have to jump through hoops just to please her, and if she were gone, they could be happy and less stressed." Edit, sorrow is what I feel for this man and his child. Kindly Zucchini said, "This lady clearly doesn't understand the word no and is making it everyone else's problem, but especially OP. To this user, Shadow Force Summer said, if it were just the fish, that would be one thing. I am surprised he has any friends left after what his wife did at the wedding. Going in a swimsuit, she is batshit crazy.